All right. So I just talked about, literally just uploaded the one about why the U.S. Civil War wasn't really a civil war. And this is kind of a continuation, but more of just like, I really hate the Confederate States of America. I despise them so much. I mean, it's, I don't know. It's just like, anybody who's like a apologist for them, or anybody who's like part of the lost cause myth or whatever. Oh, it was about states' right to do what? States' rights to do what, man? To do what? What are they doing with their states' rights, man? What are they gonna do? What are they doing? Um, if any of you have ever seen the series Checkmate Lincolnites by Atun Shei films, he like if you are someone who's a Confederate apologist and are seeing this video and you're like, oh, you just hate me already because I don't like the Confederacy, please watch his videos. It goes over like so what he does. He has it's him on two sides of a table, one side in a Confederate uniform, one side in a Union uniform, and he has his commenters who are Confederate apologists take the side of the Confederate guy, and then he's the Union guy, and he just debunks all of the myths and everything like that. I don't have all of the information on me right now, but he does, and so if you're ever wondering about that, go watch this video. It's absolutely phenomenal. But anyway, back to why I hate the Confederacy. I mean, states' rights to do what, man? Own slaves. It ain't that difficult to understand that your forefathers hundreds of years ago weren't as good as you. You don't have to think that just because they were at your it's like in your heritage to be a Confederate. Well, it's in my heritage to fucking kill Confederates, man. I'm not, I mean, I don't know what the fuck you want from me. I mean, the Confederacy is like just the worst in like independence war reason of all time. Like, to be fair, the U.S. was a little bit goofy because of just, oh, lower taxes, right? Even though the British themselves are paying more taxes than we ever were. Uh, like, literally just fighting an independence war because slavery and, like, you want more profits with slavery. Like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing, man? This video's gonna end once I beat this game. Um, but yeah, I mean, like, like, one time I asked a person, he was one of my friends, I asked him, Confederacy or the North, and he said North instantly. All right, and then I went to the next guy, South or North, the Confederacy or the Union. Right? He said, well, let me just think about it. It's like, no, there's no thinking involved. There's no thinking involved there, man. There's just one clear answer. Like there shouldn't ever be any thinking involved in that. Let's be honest. Now, if you agree with me, that's fantastic. If you disagree with me, go watch those Atun Shei videos because damn, does he do a really good job about talking about this issue. But like, I don't understand how somebody can genuinely think the South was right. I mean, they just genuinely weren't right. Like, what do you want, man? They just they were slavers. That's all they were trying to do. Is it the last mission? It is. Well, there's that video. Two short videos about the Civil War. But yeah, the Confederacy sucks and the Union's better, and it's not really a question. Now, if you're talking about like in how they did the military, yeah, it's more of a question. But in terms of just like who was more righteous, it was the Union. It just was. Like, I'm sorry. Like, they were getting rid of slaves. South wasn't getting rid of slaves. It's hard to argue, man. It's hard to argue.